Finally, I'll be sharing my thesis with the galaxy. It still hurts my feelings Master Windu has the Jedi beacon set to endlessly warn everyone never to look at it. But once I reconfigure it to broadcast my thesis constantly, I just know the Jedi will learn to love it as much as I.
Sir, I had a question about your thesis.
Halt! Clone Commander Appo, you mentioned you had a question about my thesis?
Yes, sir, but we didn't need to stop right here.
I assure you, whatever your question is, it's vitally important. Please continue.
Shouldn't we at least keep marching? Supreme Chancellor Palpatine mentioned this mission was of the highest importance.
Don't worry about Palpatine. I think his judgment on these matters is sometimes a little confused. Did you know he once asked me if I'd ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
You, sir?
Yep.
But that's like asking Master Yoda if he's ever heard of cocaine.
Well, that's exactly what I said.
That makes me feel better, sir. But he did say it was of vital importance. Seemed like he was planning on scheduling some holocalls to coincide with our mission to the Jedi Temple, and our detour to the library took up a lot of time already.
Never complain about going to the library. The library is where it's at!
You made us all borrow at least 4 books, and there's several hundred of us. Plus, there were only 2 machines working to check books out.
Reading is important. Well worth the time investment.
We were there for days.
That simply gave us more time to spend with the people.
But most of the people began running and screaming when we marched in, because they thought there must have been a separatist incursion.
Yes, that was very rude. Libraries are for quiet study and meditation upon one's personal theses.
I'm just glad you rescinded your order to gun them down.
It was very thoughtless of me. To further disturb those studying would have been unforgivable.
That's the only reason?
When I'm in charge, we'll have a 4-day work week, and what was formerly the 5th workday will instead be devoted to study and self-improvement.
That's a good idea, sir. Though we do only have 5 days in a week anyway, and our standard
And if that means Skywalkerian thought is further disseminated, as my thesis and other work gets further citation and appreciation, then so be it. Now, what's your question?
Well, sir, I was just going to ask. Now that your thesis is on the required reading list for all military personnel,
yes,
I thought
Palpatine was oddly difficult to persuade on that point. But after I recited my thesis a couple more times to him, he soon saw a reason.
Yes, sir. Well, I was going to ask how much time we had to read it.
You mean you haven't already? No wonder it took us so long to beat the Separatists. Tell you what, as a special treat, when I'm lecturing the younglings, I'll keep communications open and ensure everyone can hear it.
But, sir, there's a real
I
chance
won't hear another word about it. You will learn to love my thesis, to death if necessary.
Oh,